feeling like I'm academics.
Speaking of which, and hey, these labels, as we talk about these artists and how much they're bosses and they have this and third, man, we all realize the labels are the real true bosses. Drake's Finsta just posted that he's been posting a bunch of unreleased, like, seemingly free music. He dropped 100 gigs, but he's been posting a bunch of stuff. So he posted something to his Instagram, right? And it was supposedly like some unknown, unnamed song, but it's one of his songs. And essentially what happened is that Universal Music Group actually put a claim in to take down that song. Now, Drake is putting it up, and it's kind of ironic because it's Drake's song. Drake's putting it up, and his own label is saying, take this down. And, I mean, there's not much to really, kind of hypothesize about this, other than the fact that no matter if you're Drake in this industry, and actually, especially if you're Drake in this industry, if you just got $400 million from Universal Music Group, right? And by the way, IFPI is this organization they use for a lot of these takedowns. Trust me, I know. Even if you're Drake in this industry, or especially if you're Drake in this industry, and you've gotten $400 million deal, they want to make sure no penny goes accounted for or not accounted for. They want to make sure that nobody is playing your music for free. I've always said the protections of Drake's music is more stringent than I've ever seen with any other artist of current day. Why? Because Drake's music streams the most. So that's money. That's the most amount of money that this label could possibly get within rap. And they're not going to have people get this music for free. So again, here's the thing. They're basically telling Drake, no, nigga, we know that you just went through a battle and you're trying to do this little PR thing, or you're trying to be cool and edgy and drop some of your music for free. But this ain't how it go, buddy. You're going to have to send us your music. Well, not necessarily send us the music, but the music has to be policed by us, right? We have you in contract. It's our shit, okay? And when we did our deal, we give you $400 million. It says we have the right to administer and utilize the rights of your music, even if it means taking it down from your Finsta. Now, I'm pretty sure Drake's going to make one call, and they'll probably stop, right? They won't fuck with that account anymore. But it just goes to show, Universal Music Group is probably not happy that Drake is releasing free music. Now, this is where I think Drake is smart, very smart. Hey, when you get in a time like where he's at right now, where some people are doubting you culturally, you want to drop music on a SoundCloud. You want to drop music in the middle of the night. You want to almost get back on, what Drake is doing, that's the new mixtape, right? It's like, I'm dropping music in a mixtapey way where people don't feel like it's an official release, but I'm still feeding the streets, right? Here's the thing. Universal Music Group don't understand that. They move like a bot. They're like, all they see is, what, free music? Oh, let's stop this bullshit, right? But in reality, Drake is just giving us free shit to kind of not only remind us why we fuck with him, but to also kind of feel it out to get the new hit. And whenever the new hit pops off, he's going to announce some crazy shit coming. He kind of does that all the time. Universal Music Group, once again, big labels never understand. What Drake did with 100 gigs on your head top, that's a smart move. What Drake is doing by trying to tease some of these songs, that's a smart move because, he doesn't want to roll out confidently with a dud. However, Universal Music Group does not understand that, and they show it here when they're issuing takedowns for songs that is not even being able to purchase, or he's not releasing the whole song. He's essentially doing a snippet. You know what I mean? Trust me, I know about this because anytime Drake releases snippets, Universal comes after you if you repost it. I know this is a fact. Okay? When he'll do some shit, he'll play some shit in the club. If you repost it on your page and your page is big enough, they're coming to claim it. They're coming to say, take that shit down. That's Drake. You get what I mean? So Mr. Morgan will probably give a call to Universal Republic people and they'll get this notice kind of handled, most likely. But it just shows even Drake, and this is a true value of independence, even Drake doesn't have complete autonomy on his own music. And the people who incentivize him to make music with giving him hundreds of millions of dollars, they won't let that nigga, Jewish or not, that light-skinned Negro will not just sit there and just leak all type of free music. Again, keep in mind, you know who, and by the way, this is an interesting story. I could go down a whole rabbit hole with this one. I won't do it, though. Maybe a story for another day. Think about it. Who releases the most snippets and just songs randomly? Give me some names in the chat. Let me see if y'all are accurate with it. Mad snippets and just drops music whenever. And it don't seem like it feels like the label catches up later. Huh? Who? Come on, give me some names. Nah, not Drake. Not Gunna. Not Boat. I'm surprised you're not like. I'm surprised you're not saying it's really one name. It should be two names, but one of them should be eliminated for the second thing I said. It's not Cardi because Cardi will drop the snippet, but you never get the song. It's NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy will drop a song at 2 a.m. The song will be up on his YouTube, only his YouTube, for like 10 days before it gets on Spotify. So the labels are playing catch up with him, but they never, like, usually, and by the way, he went through those fights with Atlantic. Remember, he used to like post in his like description, yo, they don't want me to drop me. He went through a lot of fights with them because usually a label don't want you just to drop some shit random sporadically without them ingesting it into the system that it could be monetized properly. So YoungBoy went through that fight with them heavily, right? Like, think about it. Why do you think that YoungBoy dropped his song on my page? He dropped Tears of War, which is a remix of a Rick Ross song, but he dropped it on my page. Number one, I believe the way how, which this is also, I don't know if y'all know, the way how Atlantic worked with YoungBoy over time, they almost damn near took over his YouTube, where like all the revenue was just coming to them. So that was their way of like, all right, nigga, you gonna drop all the time. Okay, as long as we're collecting the money, cool. We don't give a fuck, right? And we'll get up on Spotify later. But, you know, what I honestly think, he's negotiating some shit right now. So, you know, it's like a leverage thing. Anyway, all right. Just to show y'all, even Drake gets his shit removed because, again, being a artist signed to a label, when the label done gave you $400 million, they want their $400 million back, right? And I know it's convenient for Drake right now to be like, oh, I don't know when I'm dropping. Oh, I'll be see you in the fall, whatever. I'm pretty sure they had a schedule in mind of when Drake was going to drop that they could get it compensated, and him leaking free music or allowing free music to circulate was not part of the plan. So they nabbed him. It's all good. Okay. Let's see. There's a few other things. I don't know if you guys were here at the beginning of the stream. I definitely did say this was probably going to be a 3-hour stream. I was not going to be rocking out for too long. We watched the Young Miami thing already. Talked about the Drake and